What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to react to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Not that much to cover in general, but there's a lot of big topics that we need to discuss, so let's get straight into it. Now, this first one's coming in from El Chiringuito TV, saying that Sergio Aguero would be willing to play for Barcelona next season, and thus play alongside his friend Lionel Messi. From January, Aguero can start negotiating for a move to Barcelona for free next summer. Straight away, I'm going to ask you guys, let me know in the comments below, would you take Aguero to Barcelona on a free this summer? My answer is a big fat hell no. He is 32 years old, gets injured all the time. Yes, he is a prolific striker, but he gets injured, and 32 years old, man. We're trying to rebuild the squad. Barcelona for over the next 5 years should not be signing anyone above the age of 30. So I wouldn't sign Aguero. Yes, he's friends with Messi, blah 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 blah, but that doesn't matter to me. Aguero, I wouldn't do it. This comes from not really a reliable source because, the El Chiringuito TV, they kind of joke around and stuff. I'm pretty sure you've seen the videos of them on Twitter or on YouTube or somewhere else. Not really that reliable. Sometimes they get stuff right that are bold, sometimes they don't. But Aguero, he's going to be free. I wouldn't take him. I'm sure a lot of you guys wouldn't take him anyways. But it looks like it is on the table. And I don't think, like I said before, we have no president at the moment. So all these news are just kind of, to fill the papers. International break, everyone's bored. This is just to fill the papers. They're trying to say that just so they can get Messi's name in the article is what I'm thinking. So I wouldn't, even look into this at all. But let me know what you guys think. Would you take Aguero or not at Barcelona? Next up, we're going to talk about Javier Bordas, who was the ex-director of FC Barcelona when Bartomeu was the president, I think, a few years ago. He did a little interview and he, spit some, juicy stuff. I want to talk to you guys about it. First thing he says is Messi's continuity depends on how he sees the team. If he sees it with the chance of winning, he will stay. So, on that first quote, new president, first thing he's going to have to do is talk to Messi, convince Messi. If he convinces him, I think Messi will stay. So that's why right now I'm saying it's a 50-50 whether he stays or whether he leaves. He also said, I leaked that Barcelona was interested in signing Courtois. I could not understand how this transfer was not attempted. This guy apparently was a big fan of Courtois. Don't need Courtois, you have to take it. Now here is the big one. For Neymar, PSG asked for 130 million plus Todibo, plus Rakitic, plus the 1-year loan of Dembele. Barcelona offered the same thing, but 110 million instead of 130 million. So you're telling me we were 20 million away from getting Neymar back? It's like, come on, man. You spent 120 on Griezmann. You couldn't slap an extra 10 mil on that? Are you for real? Imagine that. Imagine that. And that, if we signed Neymar, we would have won the Champions League when Liverpool won it. 100% we would have won it. 100% we would have had MSN back. The hype would have been real. We would have won that Champions League because our road to the final was kind of, easy. The group stage we had Tottenham and Inter, got through that. Round 16 was Lyon. Quarterfinal was United. Semifinal was Liverpool. I think up to the Liverpool stage it was pretty, self-explanatory. We would have won the Champions League that season. 100%. We probably would have won the treble. We probably would have won that Copa del Rey that we lost against Valencia 2-0 or 2-1. Sorry. That's it. 20 million is what separated it. When the rumors were coming about at that time, they were trying to make a big deal saying, oh, Barcelona don't have the money. PSG asking for way too much. Let's evaluate it. So 130 million. Todibo at the time was probably worth 20 million, so that's 150 million. Rakitic at the time probably worth, let's say 30 million, be generous. 180 million, plus the 1-year loan of Dembele. So they're probably asking for around 180 million in total value. It's like, come on. It's like 20 million away, man. 20 million away. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it. Let me know what you guys think. Would you have paid that 20 million at the time? For me, hell yeah, I would have paid that 20 million. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. This next one's coming in from ESPN saying Barcelona's La Liga imposed wage cap for this season is 382.7 million. This is a huge fall of 288.3 million from last season, 671 million. So I'll upsize the picture that's in that tweet. As you can see, Barcelona's wage cap right now is 382.717. And last season, it was 671. We knocked 300 million off the wage bill by simply getting rid of Suarez, Rakitic, Vidal, Semedo. Just shows how Bartomeu completely screwed up the wage bill. He was offering, when we signed the likes of Denis Suarez and Paco Alcacer and Andre Gomes in that 2016 transfer window, he was giving them 100k, 150k a week. And now he gives De Jong 400k a week. I know a lot of people told me in the comments that, oh, he had to match PSG's wages. Alright, that's fair enough. Griezmann on 800k a week. 800k a week for Griezmann. Get out of here. Messi, 1 million a week. You can say that's fair. He brings the club a lot of revenue. He probably carries the club in revenue. So $1 million per week for Messi is fair. Then you had Suarez on 500K a week. That wasn't justified. You have Umtiti on $250,000 a week. And that's why Ter Stegen was asking for more wages, because he's on the lowest wages. And he's probably performing the best on the team. And he's making like 50K. Now he's not. I think now his wages are unknown because he literally just signed a contract like 3 weeks ago. Then you have like the likes of Lenglet making 80K a week, which is a good. That was probably the best wage Bartomeu has ever signed. Brought in a young French center back from Sevilla, 80K a week. That is completely fair. But then when you're signing Vermaelen and giving him 100K a week, it's like, I think the person that's coming in next has a huge task to reduce this wage bill. You can see on the screen as well that Real Madrid's wage bill is 468. That's ridiculous. Look at Atletico Madrid's 252. I think we should be around that range, around the 300. But taking to the fact that Messi's wages, I would just try to get it to that 250 minus the Messi wages, and the Messi wages push it over 300 or whatever. But I think we need to get to like the low 300s, high 200s. That's what I think is a good balance. That's a big task on the next president to reduce the wage bill. Already so far, Bartomeu tried to do it with PK, Lenglet, Ter Stegen, and Frenkie de Jong. They only reduce their wages for now, but they will get that money back when the pandemic's over and when Barcelona have the money. So when we sign new players like Eric Garcia, Depay, whoever we sign, they're going to need to be on a decent amount of wages. I think Eric Garcia should be maybe on like 50, 60K. Depay probably towards the 80 to 90 range because, he's a top player. He's, well established. So I think that's a fair representation for him. So we'll see what the new president does. But so far, Barcelona have nearly half their wage bill just by selling a few players, which is absolutely ridiculous. Next up, we're going to talk about Luis Suarez. Of course, yesterday, if you saw my community post or if you're just on the internet yesterday in general, you would have known that Luis Suarez tested positive for COVID-19. But there's been an update today from Mateo. He said Mateo is a very reliable source in terms of Atletico Madrid. He said today there will be a second confirmation test for Luis Suarez, who currently has no symptoms and in the initial report could be a false positive. Let's see what happens. So Suarez will be doing another COVID test today. He's saying that he doesn't have it. He says he's fine. He shows no symptoms, so they're going to do another test at Atletico in Madrid just to make sure. So, strap your seatbelts because, he may be rising from the dead to come back to play us. If he does have COVID, he will not be playing in the game this weekend on Saturday against Barcelona. Of course, you have to, quarantine, blah, blah, blah. You need at least like 14 days to recover. So he will not be playing that game 100% if he is positive. They're going to be doing another test, so let's see what happens with that. Also, TV3 came out yesterday saying that during the last few months at Barcelona, Luis Suarez asked for a 4-year contract extension. However, the club saw that his request was impractical considering his age and recent performance at the time. Thank God Bartomeu finally did something right. I want to ask you guys this question. At what point would you have sold Luis Suarez? Let me know down in the comments below. For me, I would have sold him after Anfield, straight up. I think after Anfield, you see, that season you kind of saw him deteriorating. Yes, his link-up play with Messi is good. Yes, he can finish, but sometimes he missed big chances. Sometimes, his running, his fatigue, his stamina was all dropping off. I personally would have sold him after Anfield. I know a lot of people would have sold him after Rome. I would have sold him after Anfield. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I think he did stay a season too long. Last season, he was, a lot of up and down. He scored some good goals, but at the end of the day, that's his bread and butter. So it's not, that difficult for him to score goals. The fact that he asked for a 4-year contract essentially just shows he's got a lot of balls. He probably knew that Bartomeu was an idiot and probably would have gave it to him. Because, Suarez is an absolute legend. You have to keep that in mind. He is the best striker, the best number 9 to play for Barcelona. He knew that he wanted to stay longer to give the new number 9 signing. He trained him, if it was going to be, for example, Lautaro Martinez. He wanted to stay longer to show Lautaro Martinez the way, how to play around Barcelona, how to link up with Messi, how to blah, 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 blah. He cared about the club so much. He was telling them to sign a number 9. I'm deteriorating. I'm nearly 33. I'm nearly 34. Sign a friggin' number 9. And they didn't. So, Luis Suarez is an absolute legend. And the fact that he asked for a 4-year extension is absolutely crazy. Especially on his wages of, nearly 500K a week. So we'll see if he plays on the weekend against Barcelona on Saturday. He will be doing another test. I'll keep you guys updated on my community tab. This next one's coming in from Marca, and we finally have some update on the Spanish Super Cup. It says the Spanish Super Cup will go through as planned in the second week of January. The Spanish Federation plans to travel to Saudi Arabia in the coming weeks to know the health situation, location, places, and set protocols so that the teams are safe. I'm just going to say this right now. The fact that we're still playing in Saudi Arabia is absolutely ridiculous. Absolute money scam. I understand we signed a 6-year contract. Well, not we, sorry. The La Liga Federation signed a 6-year contract with Saudi Arabia to host their Super Cup. I think that if you just told them, like, yo, pandemic, can we just play it here this year, they would have been okay. Or they would have been like, okay, you have to give us like an extra year extension. You know what it is. I'm kind of worried about this just simply because of the fact that I think a lot of players will get tested positive for COVID. The 4 teams that are going are Barcelona, Real Madrid, Athletic Bilbao, and Real Sociedad. And they still haven't even played that Copa del Rey final. I don't even know what the hell is happening with the Copa del Rey. No news is coming out about it whatsoever. I don't even know what's happening with that. But those are the 4 teams. What's probably going to happen is that Barcelona will draw against Real Sociedad, but Real Madrid will draw against Athletic Bilbao, so they can set up in a Clasico final. That's what they want. They want the money. That's what they're going to do. If they have a Clasico in the semifinals, I will be shocked. So expect Barcelona to get drawn against Real Sociedad or Athletic Bilbao. So it's going to be in the second week of January. It will be in Saudi Arabia. It won't be here in Spain. Well, not here. I'm in Canada, but I mean here in terms of there. It won't be there. So I'm just hoping all the protocols go well and none of the players or any of the teams get tested positive for COVID, but I wouldn't be shocked if some of them did. This next one's coming in from Sport saying, in regards to Riqui Puig, nothing has changed. He still only thinks about staying at Barcelona. He is sure that with his work and sacrifice, he'll end up convincing Ronald Koeman. Like I said to you guys yesterday, I don't think Riqui Puig is going to leave. I think the most likely one to leave out of the 2 will be on Linea, but hopefully he'll have the right mentality and the right fight like Riqui Puig does. Riqui Puig is an excellent example for players coming up nowadays to, stay and fight for your spot for a team that you love. I would tell you right now, 95% of players would have left. I think 95%, if this was, for example, Thiago was, told like, oh, we're not really fancy, so you'll be on the bench more. Adios, straight to Bayern Munich. Riqui Puig, his love for the club is so strong. Like, you see Barcelona tweeting, Barcelona tweets pictures of him all the time in training. And I saw this funny comment, that 1 million tweets, 3 minutes played. I think that's from Barca Boy on Twitter. And it just shows you how much, I feel like the admins and all the other ones know that Riqui Puig should be playing more. It's just Ronald Koeman who doesn't fancy him, which I don't understand why. But back to the point, I think Riqui Puig is an excellent role model for any players. You see him in training, always happy. You see those videos of him in his car, talking to fans, always happy. He's a great example. I just hope that his work and sacrifice will end up him being an absolute starter for Barcelona. We all know the quality. I don't want to, drag this on any longer. You all know what I think on Riqui Puig. He should be a starter. So hopefully his work and sacrifice can get him into the team, and hopefully he can get some minutes before January. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Leave me know down in your comments down below. We talked about, Aguero to Barcelona, how close the Neymar transfer really was, Suarez asking for a contract extension, the wages that we know now, and of course the Super Cup when it's going to take place. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and of course, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.